Hello, you've joined us for your 14-day tour of Ireland. You couldn't have chosen better people to spend it with. We're going to take you on a wonderful trip around our beloved country. And while you're with us, you'll have the finest in transportation, the most wonderful lodging, and you'll get to meet some of the finest folks we think are around. You think maybe Ireland gourmet food? Well, it's true, we do love our potatoes, our fancy bread, but yeah, modern Irish cuisine may surprise you. So, I want to tell you a little bit about the things you'll be enjoying. You may see a castle along the way, as well as spending time by the fire. You'll get to tour some of the most interesting pubs and meet some of the most unique locals you ever talk to. Kiss the Blarney Stone. And don't forget to, well, just look around at the countryside. The food may be a bit heavier than what you're used to, but remember, we spent a lot of time in our country being hungry. So, we're making up for it now. And boy, if you go away hungry, that's your own fault on this trip. So, the first place I'd like to make sure that you get to spend time is, well, your room. I want to tell you all about the things we can bring into your room. That's where you're going to be spending your mornings and parts of your nights, depending on how long you stay in the pub, of course. But we can bring you pretty much anything you desire. So, let the food, glorious food, begin. The soups that you can choose from might surprise you. Well, we've got one that's just filled up with Parmesan cheese. It's generally, I suppose, the soup of the day. Yes, let's see here. It's a kind of a chowder, I guess you'd say, a seafood chowder. And you may have had one before, but you've never had one like the kind we're going to bring you. How about a salad? Yes, crumbled blue cheese. Or maybe you're feeling more than a soup and a salad. Like a good Irishman, you're ready for some real food. How about an Atlantic shrimp cocktail that isn't meat on bread? We have our traditional fish and chips. We have burgers, shank of lamb, salmon, cheese and crackers and ice cream, and so on and so on. Oh no, we're just getting started. If that isn't enough to do you, we can make you up a paper bag of lunch to take anywhere you wish, and anywhere your adventures will lead you. And of course, for the kids, we've got the pasta, and the ham and the cheese, and the chips, and whatever else your little one wants. We even give you the pizza. Well, as well as an Irishman can make pizza. Well, not exactly Italian, you know. Do I look Italian to you? No. There's also the barbecue, where we'll give you an Irish Angus beef fillet, or maybe a ribeye, some chops, skewers, potatoes, corn on the cob, and, well, I don't know, whatever else your little heart desires. be your day to spend in your room. There'll probably be at least one. Maybe you'll have a bit of night where the pub gets the best of you. And that's okay. So, for the days that you're going to leave your room, you may end up spending time in our fine dining room. And that's where I'll want to start you. With some crab claws with fresh herbs and tomato concassé, and your choice of garlic butters. Oh yes, the truffle marinated vegetables with organic greens, and on the winter salad with the goat cheese and the hazelnut brittle, a champagne vinaigrette, or maybe langoustine and fennel ravioli. You'd say chestnut and herb ragu, and a roasted langoustine cream, or a terrine of squab, foie gras and duck confit. It is served with an orange and cardamom jelly and a brioche crisp. Maybe you'd prefer the pan-seared Atlantic scallops. It's got a Kelly's black pudding, a watercress salad, a caper and a raisin butter. There's a parmesan and herb polenta cake, but don't think a cake exactly. It's like a deep-fried farmer's egg and a hazelnut velouté. Carpaccio of West Clare beef, celeriac and apple remoulade, and a Shanghai vinaigrette. The dining room also serves the seafood chowder that we described earlier, with the Parmesan cheese and a nice, personally selected seafood. Speaking of seafood, you might like to try our butter-basted fillet of monkfish, confit garlic, carrot, parsley root puree, shellfish and fennel. Or maybe the pan-roasted fillet of organic salmon with a sautéed spinach, a beetroot, and a balsamic reduction. We have a crisp fried fillet of sea bass, sweet and sour crabs, tomato fondue, Dublin Bay prawns, and some shellfish. Not so much on the seafood, eh? Well, about the land, we've got the tasting platter of Brunel lamb, loin, shoulder knuckle, organic spinach, aubergine puree, and banjou, or a fillet of beef, a smoked bacon braised lentils, tiny onions, a whole grain mustard béarnaise that's to die for. Prefer a roast loin of venison. There's a celeriac puree, a crisp salsify, wild mushrooms, peppercorn cream. And there is a wild mushroom and butternut squash risotto. Oh yes, and I'm going to come back and tell you all about the desserts later, after you've had your dinner. Oh yes, there's of course plenty of tea and any other drink you might prefer. Don't forget the grilled albacore tuna with baby potatoes and spinach with a wasabi lemongrass sauce. The tea room also serves some food, although it is primarily interested in getting you a drink and a beautiful view of the Atlantic. We do have the wild mushroom risotto as well. I will let you make your selections and I will return. Indeed. I see you've made your selection. So let's get started with the dessert. And nothing could be better than that, I don't think. Oh my, where to begin?